Hey, y'all, good morning. Hey, y'all, good morning. This is your coach, Tonetta. I want to welcome y'all to this video. I hope that everybody's doing well. This is the tea in the morning. Of course, tea Tonetta in the morning. So like I said, I want to welcome y'all here. I'm here to, of course, inspire you to think bigger and to, of course, empower you to, of course, be who you are. And in the process of doing that, speaking your truth is one of the things that, of course, that you would have to do and start doing, I guess I put it that way, if you're wanting to, of course, think bigger and if you're wanting to, of course, become who you are. So like I said, that's what this video today is about. It's about speaking your truth, learning how to speak your truth, the reason or why speak your truth, I guess I put it that way. A lot of times, of course, we go through life, of course, sweeping things up under the carpet, not wanting to say actually what's going on within our life. You don't have to broadcast it online if you don't want that, it's fine. But at least writing it down, journaling about it, or speaking to someone that you trust about it. That's the only thing that you do, then just do that. But the main importance is, like I said, we have to get these things off our chest, y'all. We can't keep all this stuff bottled in, all these thoughts, all these traumas and all this drama and all this kind of stuff bottled in. That will start hurting us. I know I talked about this in the workshop yesterday. If y'all haven't, well, it was a journaling workshop I did yesterday about the power of journaling. And I'll share that with y'all sometime this week, I'm sure. But like I said, I talked about that yesterday, how it's important that we get all these things out. We just cannot keep these things bottled up inside of us. All these things, all this hate, all this anger, all this trauma, all this drama, all these crazy experiences and chaos, all those things create stress within our bodies, y'all. It creates stress. It creates high anxiety, panic attacks. It does create depression to a certain extent as well. It creates a lot of those things. In order for us to, of course, start ridding ourselves of the depression, the anxiety, all those types of things to a certain extent, you do have to start getting those things out of your system. I guess I put it that way. I did mine. Of course, mine was, I showed yesterday on the video, was talking about my journals that I had at home. But of course, I wrote a lot in these past several years, about 4 or 5 years, actually, 4, something like that. But like I said, trying to write out, get those things out, trying to figure out how to work through my triggers, work through the difficult emotions. And I talked about that in that workshop yesterday as well. And like I said, it's called The Power of Journaling. I'll share that with y'all later on this week. But like I said, at some point, we have to realize that if we're wanting to, of course, become who we want to be and think bigger and all these kind of things, we have to rid ourselves of all that trauma and drama that's inside of us first. That's one of the main things. You cannot move ahead with seeing your life through the lenses of being a hurt person, because we know that hurt people. And seeing your life through a vision of being a hurt person or being a bitter person or being a person that has not dealt with the traumas and dramas and triggers and all those types of things, that's going to create a hell of a life for yourself. And this month I'll focus more on that, actually, as far as the triggers and forgiveness and healing and boundaries and different types of things along those lines. But like I said, we have to realize that in order for us to become who we want to become, you have to start dealing with those things. Just because you are talking about them in your head or that kind of thing, or making the situation worse in your head, or that's not going to help you in the long term. And when I mean start dealing with those things, start either putting those things on paper, putting those things in a video, or however you want to do it, I guess, in order to, of course, speak your truth. Everybody has their own creative way of doing so. Some folks sing, some folks dance, some folks write music, some folks journal, some folks cook, some folks bake. Some folks sew clothes. Whatever kind of creative outlet you can use to of course start speaking your truth, then just start doing that. And like I said, I'll talk more about that later on in this month. But like I said, in order for us to become whole, because I know I had to go through the same thing because for years, until I was intentionally started doing some personal development work. That wasn't until probably like my, let me see, I'm 45, so intentionally, probably like when I was about 40, 41 years old. Yes, I call myself soul searching in the past and this kind of thing, but I still wasn't dealing with the hard triggers, the hard emotions that were driving me to the ground, I guess I put it that way. Especially when it came to my anger. You all may not be able to tell today, but I had a horrible anger issue back in the day. I went to anger management classes twice back when I was in my 20s. The first time I was like, oh, this is some BS. Of course, it didn't work because I put none of this stuff into action. The second time I went, I put a few things into action because I know I still had to, of course, live in an apartment building. I had to, of course, have a job. I had to, of course, have some support systems. And I couldn't keep getting upset at everybody because then nobody would even be around me. I'd be fired from my job, cursing folks out, and I'd be whatever else, put out the apartment if I can't talk to people the right way. I had to, so like I said, with that second anger management class, I had to learn that. That was something that I had to learn. And I'm telling y'all the same thing, that is work that you have to do. I kept seeing the world through my angry lens. As far as the world, these people hurt me, and this is all that I'm going to get out of life, and I'm playing the victim. I'm mad at the world, and I'm resentful, and all these kind of things. That's all that I saw my life as, until I decided to change that. I had to make those changes, and I had to do something about it. Not just sit up there and, complain about this, complain about that, while I'm study hurting and nobody really cares, I guess, whoever hurt me, I guess I put it that way. I had to learn how to deal with those things. And that's what I'm telling you all. The folks that may have hurt you, regardless as to whether it was sexual abuse, I've been through that as well. Domestic violence, substance abuse, anything else, trauma, whatever it was. Those people, I'm sure, have moved on with their life, while you're stuck with all this shame, guilt, anger, bitterness, resentment, all these types of things, stressing yourself out every single day. That's why it's important to speak your truth. I'm telling you to speak it, of course. Speak it or write it so that you can officially get it out of your system. Yes, it's going to hurt. I talked about that yesterday in that workshop too. But like I said, yes, it's going to hurt, but you have to get those things out. How else do you expect to heal from things if you never actually bring them out, try to process through them, where they came from, and how you can change the behaviors the next time, and how you can respond different to your triggers the next time? That will never happen if you don't do your work. And like I said, that's what this month, I'll be talking about that this month, to help y'all through some of those things. And before I get off this video, I'll say one more thing. Like I said, it's definitely important that you speak your truth. Like I said, to stop sweeping things up under the carpet, and to, of course, get them off your chest so that you can move forward in life. I don't care about the other people, whoever it happened to, or whatever was going on in the situation. I'm talking to you this morning. Whatever's going on in your life, traumas, dramas, chaos, whatever it is, you have to be the one to heal from that. Nobody else. If they're in the process, they have to take it up on their own journey and get those seeds from this video or from somebody else's video or post or that kind of thing in order to pick up those seeds and start working on their own journeys, in their own lives, in their own healing processes. That's why I'm speaking to you this morning. And like I said, at some point, instead of going through life with a hurt people lens and the way you think, and that's going to be everything that you play out, everything that you do is going to come from that particular inner child that was never healed. And I had to realize that too. And like I said, I'll talk to y'all more about that this month. But like I said, in the videos this month, in the tea in the morning. But like I said, we have to learn how to deal with those things, y'all. I know folks, I've just blankly said, start speaking your truth, or start healing, or start forgiving, or all these kind of things, but never said how to do those things. And I have not actually sat down and talked to y'all about how to do those things, but y'all will get that information this month. And I'll be doing workshops every Sunday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. It'll be one this Sunday. It was actually on Google Meet, but I'll do it here on Facebook and Instagram for this coming Sunday. But like I said, at some point, if you want to become the person that you want to be, whether that's a successful business owner or the first millionaire in your family, or a teacher, whatever it is, I don't care what you're looking to be, or just living your life and being the person that you are, whether you're coming out the closet or you want to just be yourself or that kind of thing, unapologetically, I can't get the word out, y'all. You have to start speaking your truth and being who you are. Getting those things off of your chest, that's creating stress within your body, depression, anxiety, panic attacks, and all those types of things. Take it from me, I have been there. And in order for you to, of course, start working on those things, you have to bring those things out at some point, in some type of way. Otherwise, it's going to be stuck in your mind, stagnant. It's not going anywhere. You're going to be stuck in the same place that you are today this time next year. So like I said, I want to go ahead and get off here, but I do want to read this poem and talk to you about a journal that I actually created, but I want to read this poem first. This poem is called, I Wish I Wrote the Way That I Thought. And I actually posted this yesterday, but I love this, y'all, so I had to make sure that I read this to y'all in this video too. Because, of course, like I said, speaking our truth, if you're not verbally speaking it like I'm doing on this video, you can, of course, take your hand and write it. I guess I put it that way. And this poem is called I Wish I Wrote the Way I Thought. Obsessively, incessantly, with maddening hunger, I write to the point of suffocation. I write myself into a nervous breakdown. Manuscripts spiraling out like tentacles into abysmal nothing. And I write about you a lot more than I should. And that's by Benedict Smith. I wish I wrote the way that I thought. Like I said, that was definitely powerful because that's letting me know that, of course, the way that we think, and I'll talk more about the thoughts, like I said, that'll be included in this month too, but the way that we think, our thoughts control our entire inner environment and our outer environment. I know that now. And like I said, I'll talk to y'all more about that this month in April. But I want to make sure that y'all understood that. And like I said, that's exactly what this poem is talking about. If you wrote the way that you thought, you all be in nervous breakdowns, everything going all over the place. Those are the tentacles going all over the place. And like I said, if you cannot verbally get the words out to, of course, get on a video or to, of course, talk to somebody, a pastor, somebody that you, of course, an elder, somebody that you, of course, trust that's going to keep your information handy and dandy, I guess, within them and not spread and gossip about your stuff, then if you cannot do that, then, of course, you can write. That's why I talked about the power of journaling yesterday in that workshop. Writing is still very, very powerful. And it will help you get through those processes as well. Way better than, of course, speaking. Speaking, you can, of course, talk about your lessons, talk about your experiences in order to help someone else. But as far as actually getting these things out to, of course, process, unless you're speaking to somebody offline that's not, of course, like on video like this. Otherwise, you have to speak to somebody that's, of course, you trust and that you trust and share your secrets with. Other than that, you can share them with your journal. And like I said, that's why I want to bring this journal to y'all this morning. This is actually a journal that I wrote. Or I guess I created, I guess I put it that way because it's not written, but of course I created. And it's called the Gratitude Journal. Like I said, our thoughts create our realities, y'all. And if we're not writing about our gratitudes, our thankfulness, what we, of course, love about the day, that kind of thing, then, of course, all the negativity would take over. And like I said, I'm presenting this to y'all, let y'all know that this is available for you all. If y'all want to go on your journaling journey, so go ahead and start writing some of these things out because that's what I talked about yesterday in the Power of Journaling workshop. You can click the link, either Instagram in my bio on the author's page, and go ahead and get your journal. It's less than, I think it's $7, $6.50 actually. Or anywhere else you're looking at this, Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever else you're looking at, YouTube. Click the link in the description of the video and make sure that you go to the author's page and get yours today, y'all. Like I said, at some point we have to realize that our gratitude matters. What we think matters. Like I said, I'll definitely talk about this more about this later on in the month. But I want to make sure that y'all know this is available to you as well. Just in case you're looking for a journal, don't have a journal, you want to start speaking about your truths and that kind of thing, you can always pick up one of these journals that I, of course, created, I think it was in the last month. Like I said, go ahead and get y'all's today, y'all. And I will do a giveaway, of course, about some of these journals. I have 2. I will definitely sign them and, of course, give those away this month as well, just to let y'all know. So I'll let y'all know more about that later on this week as well. But like I said, in the meantime, go ahead and pick up you one with the link in my bio or either the link in the description of the video. And go to the author's page and go ahead and purchase you one today, y'all, so that you can get writing and getting your thoughts out and start speaking your truth inside your journal. Every time I feel like I write, I'm writing to God is what I always say. So like I said, with that, I want to say thank y'all for tuning in. Again, this is Tonetta, your certified life coach. Of course, I'm here to, of course, inspire you to think bigger and, of course, empower you to become who you are. And with that, I want to say thank y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning in the Tea in the Morning video. Tomorrow morning, today I did it about 8 o'clock, but of course, usually it's about 6. Well, I'll just say by 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'll see y'all in the morning. Y'all take care. And don't forget to get your journals. Click the link in my bio or in the description and go to my author's page and pick yours up today, y'all, and get to speaking your truth.